Okay, this is part 2. Sorry, I was on a roll and then I accidentally pressed the wrong button. So now this is your second video. It's not going to be very long though. So we're just going to keep trying problems until we kind of get the hang of this. So this is your next one. Now this is one that you might get confused on, but that's what I'm going to show you. So please write this one down. 987 millimeters, and I want to go to centimeters. So I go back to my chart. I'm going from millimeters to centimeters. So I am going from smaller to larger. So it tells us that we divide, we take away zeros, move the decimal to the left if we need to. All right, so I'm only doing one jump, right? Millimeters to centimeters, that's only one move, one jump. But there's no zeros to take off this number. And I can't just cross out the 7. Cannot do that. So what they mean by move the decimal to the left, if we don't have a 0 to take away, like right now, we have 978. We add a 0, like a period, on the end of our sentence or on our number. We move it to the left once. So it gives us our answer of 98.7 centimeters. That's what it means by the decimal. So if there is no 0 that you cannot take away, you move the decimal to the left however many times you had to jump up or down, or up, sorry. So try this one all on your own. This you are going to have to use the decimal thing that I just taught you, the decimal system. So I have 24,789 millimeters. So I'm going from millimeters to meters. So I'm jumping up 1, 2, 3. I'm going from smaller to larger, so I'm looking at this. I can take away zeros. I can take away 1, 2, 3 zeros, but I don't have zeros on my problem. So that means I have to write my number and add a decimal at the end, and you tell me the answer. You tell me how many times you move the decimal. You should have said I moved the decimal 1, 2, 3 places to the left. 1, 2, 3. So your answer should have been 24.789 meters. Very good. So all of that, when we talk about meters, we are talking about metric units of length. So when we're talking about meters, I'll say that, we're talking about length. When we talk about liters, we're talking about capacity. And when we talk about grams, we're talking about mass. Guess what? They all work exactly the same, how I just taught you about length with the meters. So I'm going to show you another problem, and I'm going to show you how similar they are. So this says 6 liters equals how many milliliters? Well, we're doing the exact same thing that we did for length. So go back to our chart, and we're going from liters to milliliters. So we're going from liters, which is our base, all the way down to milliliters. That's what the ML stands for. So we need to jump down 1, 2, 3 places. We're going from larger to smaller right here. So we need to add zeros. How many zeros do we add? Great question. How many zeros do we add? Well, we jumped down 1, 2, 3 places. So we need to add 3 zeros. So 6 liters is equal to 6,000 milliliters. Easy peasy, huh? All right, you tried this one on your own. This is going to be a quiz question. 4,000 milliliters equals how many liters? So remember, go back and look at your chart. You're going from milliliters to liters. So you're going from smaller to larger. It says we divide or we take away zeros, move the decimal to the left. So we're jumping up 1, 2, 3. So how many zeros would we take away? Go ahead and do this problem. All right, so we should have taken away 3 zeros. So 4,000 milliliters equals 4 liters. So easy, so much easier than the other stuff that we use here in America, right? So we already just went over converting metric units of length and capacity. Let's do mass, and then you are all finished up. So when we're talking about mass, we're talking about grams. So we're going for, I want you to try to convert, well, we're going to do it together, 43,000 milligrams to grams. So go back to your chart. We're going from milligrams to grams. We're jumping up 1, 2, 3. We're going smaller to larger. It says that we take away zeros, move decimal to the left. So we are working with 1, 2, 3 places. So let's go back to our problem. So we know to take away 3 spots, 3 zeros, 1, 2, 3. So 43,000 milligrams equals 43 grams. Okay, one on your own and then you are all done, guys. Okay, try this one all on your own. 22 kilograms to how many grams? Go back to your chart, figure out if you're going larger to smaller, larger to smaller or smaller to larger. Figure out if we're adding or taking away zeros or decimal places, and try to solve this all by yourself. So we were going from kilograms down to grams. We were going from larger to smaller. So we multiply and we add zeros. We jumped how many spots? We jumped 1, 2, 3 spots. So we have to add 3 zeros. So your answer should have been 22,000 grams equals to 22 kilograms. All right, so we are going to be working on this next week during Tiger Time mostly and all day Monday, but I hope that this made it easy for you to understand and that chart will help you out. Remember, on like the state assessment or on your assessments in class, you won't have this chart, but you can remember to make this chart super easy by knowing King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk. And you know that the base will always mean liters, meters, or grams. You just have to know that when we go from larger to smaller, we multiply. That's like everything else, though. We made up the dance for it. We got that down. But we just need to remember add zeros. And then from smaller to larger, we divide. Already knew that. But we have to remember we're taking away zeros or moving decimal to the left if there are no zeros to take away. I will see you guys after the weekend. Have a good weekend. Bye.